Thank you for coming. I don't know if anyone else is on their way, but we're going to go ahead and sing. So this very first song is one that Dachi brought to the choir that she actually wrote, came through her. And she came to me one day and she said, Daniel, I have a song that is your daily practice, because I have this daily practice of walking the beach and singing and picking up the trash. And it's called Walking, and the 3 verses are walking and singing and praying. And so please feel free to join us as we go forward with this. Oh, someone's lei is there. Oh yeah, mine is here. So these beautiful lei that many people have are from Siri. And Siri was going to be leaving the island, and she asked, she made all these and for Dachi, and then she asked that we have them as part of it. So yeah, all these were like a gift from Siri for this moment.
And all the prayers that we put into that.
And all the prayers that we put into them. Every single one of these little strings, I don't know if you folks have ever seen this, but the tea leaf is whole. And then as you slowly strip all these little bits, you put a prayer into it. And then there's another prayer and another prayer and another prayer. So these are all filled with our prayers. 1, 2, 3, 4. other half of my prayers go?
Oh, it's right there.
That's someone else's.
Oh,
That's so funny. So half my prayers flew off my neck.
Walked away, Daniel.
It walking, my prayers have land. That's so funny. So I have half my prayers.
They're both there.
No, it's half. No, it's okay. I'm just really curious because it would be laying here. I mean, I didn't move that far. So here, half my prayers are going on the altar. And can we just have a moment for this altar? Woo! Thank you to everyone who brought things for this beautiful honoring of our friend Dachi. Also, just want to speak this, some people on the continent will be watching this later, and there might be people who never knew her as Dachi. I think that was something that appeared here on Kauai. She was Candace to a lot of people, and I actually never knew her as Candace. I was introduced to her as Dachi, which was a nickname, and that was the name that we always used. And then one day I saw something written down that said Candace Freeland, and I was like, who's that? So, Dachi Candace. So this next song is one that Dachi recorded when she was here on the island. 2 years ago she was here, it was her last time on the island. And we had just gone into a recording project with Shauna Carroll for her final album. And when she heard that Dachi was coming, because she and Dachi were so close, she heard that Dachi was coming, she called me, Shauna called me, and she said, Daniel, while Dachi's here, we have to get her in the recording studio to lay down some tracks for the new album. So that happened. So if you have Shauna Carroll's last album, Dachi is playing her guitar on it and singing on it. And this is one of those songs, so it felt really appropriate to bring it into this honoring today because it's the last time she was on the island. And she brought this song into the CD form for Shauna. Just the chord. I just have to say, singing that into the sunset light is really amazing. It's like Dachi's over there like flying around with her wings, and we're singing May the Light of Your Love Shine Always, and she's like, yeah, see me? See me now? There's the light right there. Woo! So, I don't know if any of you want to come and share a little thing about your interactions with Dachi, but we do have a mic, and that's an invitation if any of you want to take a moment and come up to the mic in between songs and share something. Does anyone want to come say anything about our dear Dachi? Doesn't have to happen right now. Okay, here comes Steve. Thank you, Jonathan.
Once upon a long time ago on Oahu, Candace found me and invited me to join an all-women's drum group.
Oh, yeah.
And so that got me all fired up on the gym day, and I play those rhythms to this day. Then I end up on Kauai, bump into Dachi on Kauai, and she invited me to join the Voice Weavers, an all-woman singing group, and I'm still singing with them today. And meanwhile, the Goddess Chant Choir came about, and I joined that one, Dachi on guitar, and it evolved into the Sacred Earth Choir. And then when Dachi moved back to the East Coast, I ended up playing guitar. So I feel like she's been musically part of me for many, many years, and the rhythms and songs and vibrations will go out, and she will be one of those guides by my side.
Thank you,
Yes.
Dee. That's gorgeous. Jonathan, do you want to sing our next song? Or you want to just leave it there?
I was thinking it'd stay right there.
It can stay right there. All right. So this next song also came from Dachi. I learned it right there on this porch. I was up here at a song gathering, and I'm walking into the yard, and Dachi's sitting there on the porch, and she's playing her guitar and singing this song, and I stopped, literally stopped in the yard and went, oh, what is that song? I have to learn this song. It's called Call on the Courage. And so I came up the stairs, started singing it, started learning it. The song finished, and I said to Dachi, okay, who's that song from? Because I love it and I want to learn it. She said, well, it's from me. I wrote it. Blessed be. So it's an epic song called Call on the Courage, and it calls on a lot of things to be here now and move in me now. And again, I invite you to sing along once you start picking up the chorus if that feels good to you. And so bless you, Dachi, for bringing this to the earth, and I got to learn it right there. So it felt really sweet coming back to this land to bring this song back to this land where I first learned it. One, two, three, four.
I call
Thank you, Dachi. Thank you, Great Spirits, for all these blessings, these gifts. May we use them all for the benefit of all. Thank you.
Mahalo, Trishana. Woo! Isn't that an epic song? Okay, it's actually even more epic than that, because when I first learned it on the porch, it has 4 verses, it has a whole bridge that we didn't do, and every single chorus was completely different. And so, when I first notated it, because we brought it to the choir, it was 5 pages long. So this was like the, amended version, where we did 2 of the verses, and I kept the chorus the same for both verses, but it's still such a powerful, amazing song. So bless you, dear Dachi, and bless you, Dee, for hosting and letting me learn it here on your porch. Woo! After that, we're coming gentle. So this next song is just an astonishing gift for the world that Dachi brought to the choir. She was on the continent one year while she was playing with the choir. She came back and she handed me this music and she said, Daniel, we have to do this song in choir. And it's from a concert that she was at by a woman named Jennifer Bearson. And the song itself is called Song for All Beings. And what Jennifer did with this song is that she created an entire evening-length work based around this chant. And while this chant was going, people would come out and they would dance, and people would come out and speak in different languages, and people would come out and do poetry, and there were all these weavings, but this chant was holding the entire evening. And Dachi came back and she said, Daniel, you just can't imagine like an entire evening with this as the foundation. And so we're actually doing the whole song leading up to the chant that kept going. And so you'll hear the verse that Jennifer sings. There is a beautiful YouTube of it that Jennifer sings. And then the pathway of this song is one of the things that just makes it so extraordinary, because it starts with consciously looking at the suffering in the world. I cannot turn my eyes. Like, that's the very first line. Consciously looking, being willing to see that. Yes, son. And then it moves from there into, I cannot understand all this suffering in the world, the war and the hate and the hunger. But then it moves from there into the response, which is, the light on the hills is full of mercy, and the wind in the trees comes to save me. And from that place of going to nature and receiving from nature, then comes the prayer that she gifts to the whole world, which is, may all beings be happy, may all beings be safe, may all beings everywhere be free. So when it comes to that chorus, if you feel moved, please sing with us, because that chorus will go multiple times. You don't follow.
The suffering that life brings.
you, Dachi, for bringing this to us. And I just want to share with you that when we were rehearsing this in choir a couple of weeks ago, we got to that part, may all beings everywhere be free. And I literally had this vision of all caged animals around the entire world. Suddenly their cages just open or disappear, and all caged animals are free for the first time ever, maybe. It was just such an extraordinary image. Can you imagine if all beings on the entire planet were free, not in cages? Whew. So this next song is another one that Dachi recorded while she was on Kauai, another Shauna Carroll song called Surrender to Love. Surrender to love. Surrender to love. Surrender to healing. Surrender to healing. Surrender to grace. Surrender to faith. Surrender to grace. Surrender to faith. Surrender to love. Surrender to love. That's the whole chorus. So please sing with us if you feel moved. And Dachi recorded this as well when she was on island, and so this is also out there in the world from her, both playing guitar and singing. And Dee's gonna sing with us on this one. That's Dee. Yeah. So just the first chord, please. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Dachi. The two of those beings coming together for recording that. And is there anyone else who'd like to share anything about our dear beloved Dachi? Yes, please.
I want to say that Dachi was a class act, and she was also very generous. She was very generous to political causes, to spiritual causes, and she shared her heart and her resources, and very giving. And you know, at Riversong we had many backyard music days, and people would be playing, and then Dachi would join, and when she joined, the musicians, the quality of the music went up at least a third, right? She had that way of just like raising the floor for music. And then later I was thinking about it, and actually she did that for everything. Like when she walked into the room, the vibration raised. And she just brought things to the next notch, to the next level. And she's still doing that for us, and so thank you all for coming and celebrating her. Yeah. Love you, Dachi.
Yeah, Dachi was like the definition of gifted to me. She was so gifted. Everything she did elegantly, beautifully. She was a superb musician. She was a superb photographer, artist. She was committed to, she was one of the first people to do photojournalism, bridging the gap between the United States and Cuba. She was courageous. She was just an amazing person and sort of a never-ending fountain of creativity. It's like wherever she was and whatever she was doing, something beautiful was being born. And she just lived life that way. And when Shauna was dying in the last few weeks of her life, it was Dachi's guitar music that she liked listening to.
Wow.
The most of all.
Wow.
Was her, what she wanted to bring with her into the next world. And I know when I talked to Dachi when she was dying and getting ready to pass, she was really looking forward to joining Shauna and seeing her again in the next world. So wherever you are, Dachi and Shauna, I know you're having a good time, and I know the music is absolutely awesome.
Wow. I know you were very close.
Aloha, Dachi, I know you're here. Candace, I knew you better as Candace, I guess. Candace lived across the street from me for a couple of years, and so in addition to all the beautiful music we shared and the conversations were really a gift. Like either knock on the door in the evening, you want to go for a walk, and we just walk the neighborhood or up Sleeping Giant and check out the nature spirits in the day. She was actually very deep philosophically, and she would often have a little quote that she'd gotten out of some little spiritual thing that motivated her that was profound, and we would go deep in conversation. And when Sheridan was here living with her, we would sit out in their front yard and just under the stars and just laugh and philosophize and figure out which was the brightest star that night. And it was magical. And Jan, God bless you. I know you're grieving that loss. I remember you being here and we sharing dinners with Candace and the family and Sheridan. And I know that there's a phrase that says grief is praise. So we are praising Candace here and honoring your loss and Sheridan, your loss, and the journeys we've shared together to get to this place. And I know we're all still together, so God bless us all. Aloha.
I meant to do the invitation in between every song, and I just was so excited about all the music I kept forgetting. Does anyone else want to share? Because we're at the final song. And I just also want to say, for those who are out there watching this in the future when it gets posted, you probably all know this, but near the end, when Dachi discovered that she had this thing in her body, rather than going into the despair and into the, oh, woe is me, she actually went the opposite way. And she said, I want to do everything I've never done yet in life. And I want to build my treehouse, and I want to write those songs, and I want to get in the recording studio. And she got so active, at, just invested in life at the very end. And she posted these glorious things on Facebook. Just glorious. Some of them are her musings, like Michael was talking about, things that she wrote that are so profound and so beautiful. And some of it is videos of her in the recording studio in the final weeks, and they're just absolutely incredible. And her page is still there on Facebook, as far as I know. Nobody's taken it down, bless you, thank you, leave it there, because we can still receive. And so after the fact, if you have not yet been to her Facebook page and just seen some of what she was offering to the world in her final weeks and months, it was really, really astonishing and gorgeous. So I invite that. This final song, I also just want to say, this morning, our dear host there, Vince and Deanne, thank you. So we needed to sing in someone's yard, and they said yes to us being here. So, and then I spoke to them twice this morning, and both times they said, okay, it's pouring rain here. I think we need to cancel. And so I got off the phone, and I said, Dachi, I just spoke to her directly. I said, Dachi, look, can you gather a whole bunch of people together on the other side and just create a little bubble around here so it's not pouring rain while we make this offering? And look what happened. So I think they're all, like, she got a whole bunch of people together and they just kind of spread their wings and they're all like this. So it's probably raining other places on the island. And we have this sweet little bubble right here. So thank you, Dachi. So this final song is a song for sending out this pool of love that we've gathered here. It's called Pool of Love. And the words are, if you want to try them in your body first, may the pool of love we have gathered here, may the pool of love we have gathered here, spread its wings and fly far and near. Spread its wings and fly far and near. From the depths of our hearts to the farthest stars. From the depths of our hearts to the farthest stars. May our love bless everyone. May our love bless everyone. So this is a prayer that is coming out from this beautiful, beautiful gathering that we have, this honoring of this incredible being that was a presence on Kauai for many, many years and is still a presence on Kauai. Thank you. Oh, okay. How's that? Can I also just say now, thank you, band. So beautiful. Both of these folks have played with Dachi, when she was here on the island, and our other musicians that dropped in, Michael Schultz, Don Lynn. Yeah. So really, really beautiful to have that banjo playing, which, oh my gosh, Michael and Dachi would get together and do these epic times with him on banjo and her on guitar, and yeah, really, really amazing. Just a chord for me.
May the pool
gathered here.
farthest stars, may our love bless everyone. May our love bless. May our love bless everyone. May the pool of love. May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near, from the depths of our hearts to the farthest stars. May our love bless everyone. May our love bless everyone. May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near, from the depths of our hearts to the farthest stars. May our love bless everyone. May our love bless everyone.
The Sacred Earth Choir! So, I don't know how many of you saw that, but as we started that song and we were singing about it spreading its wings and flying, this entire flock of birds came from back there and took the song and went up to the mountains. So the birds are going to spread it far and wide for us. Oh, and they're coming back now. Okay, there. You want more? They're like, give us more. We want to take more. Oh my gosh, blessed be. Wow. Mahalo for being here to share this with us. Mahalo for filming and photographing so this can go back to the folks who aren't here with us today.
Mahalo to Daniel.
And mahalo Dachi. Let's do actually 3 sung mahalos and just send them up because she's like hovering over us right now. Mahalo. Mahalo. Blessed be.
Thank you to the turkey.